Well, the Blues need to get every single point in tonight's contest against the Nashville Predators, which goes obviously up to 2 points. And with last night's game, that I was hoping an outcome would happen, it didn't happen. And now it hurts the Blues. And I'll explain more coming up here on Locked on Blues.
You're Locked on Blues, your daily podcast on the St. Louis Blues. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day.
And welcome back to Locked on Blues. I am your host of Locked on Blues, Haley Taylor Simon, talking to you all things about our St. Louis Blues here on the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day. The St. Louis Blues have a huge game tonight against the Nashville Predators, which I will talk about. And I'll talk more about this to another game last night that I kind of wanted something to go right, didn't. I'm also going to talk about 2 points or done, why I think that, and then, of course, looking ahead on today's Thursday episode of Locked on Blues. A lot to digest in today's episode, and I just want to start off by saying that I am so disappointed in the Seattle Kraken for how they played last night. They had an opportunity to really help us out, and they didn't, with the LA Kings winning 5-2. Now the Seattle Kraken are officially eliminated from the playoffs. No surprise. But now that LA has 5 points on the Blues, it does make me a little bit more nervous than I was yesterday. I'm going to be honest. I really thought to myself, yeah, Seattle could win this one because they have a lot to play for as well. And nope, it's done. And the worst part about it is that the next team that the LA Kings face is tonight against the San Jose Sharks. So theoretically, hypothetically, if the Blues lose tonight to Nashville and the LA Kings beat the Sharks, the Kings will have then 7 points on St. Louis. Not good. The Blues are in a bad situation. I'm going to be completely honest with you. They are in a bad situation. But right now, one game at a time. We only have a handful of games left of the season. It's going to mostly come down to that last game if they continue this winning. Now, if they don't continue winning, any game now could be their elimination game, which sucks. I remember how hopeful I was at the beginning of the season, and I did believe that the Blues would be able to at least make it to the first round. And now, who knows if they're going to make it at all? So it's just one of those things that is a very frustrating situation for all of us Blues fans here. And I know nobody wanted this outcome tonight, and it just really sucks. So I'm going to talk to you about the projected lineup for tonight's game. Like always, so in that first line centering, we have Robert Thomas. On the left, it is Brandon Saad. And then on the right wing, it is Jake Neighbors. Then we have that second line. We have Pavel Buchnevich centering. And then we have Alexei Torchenko and then Jordan Kyrou. Braden Shen drops onto the third line, and he is centering Kevin Hayes on the left and Kasperi Kapanen on the right. That fourth line, we have Zach Dean centering with Sammy Blais on the left and Nathan Walker on the right. For defense, we have Nick Leddy with Colton Parayko, Torrey Krug with Justin Folk, Tyler Tucker with Matthew Kessel, and in net, of course, we have Jordan Binnington. So those are the projected lines for tonight's contest. And I'm going to talk about something that Bannister said. I think at this time of the year, what we're going to get into, we're going to need that from everybody in our lineup. And he certainly doesn't take back down from anybody. This is going to be a rink that's going to be loud. There's going to be tons of emotion going into this game. So we've got to be able to stay focused in the moment at the time and make sure that whether we're having success or at the time something doesn't go our way, we have to just stay in the moment and keep on pushing. So while I understand that, there were some changes. I'm happy that Kevin Hayes is in the lineup. He did miss Wednesday's practice with the Blues due to sickness. But yeah, there's still obviously tweaks going on and things like that. I understand that Tyler Tucker played 7 minutes against the Oilers, but he did do a very good job in his role, so happy about that. Well, somebody at least is a Blues fan that's cheering for us. Listen, here's my cat. I really believe that the Blues could win tonight's game. I do. Nashville, yes, tough team. No denying that whatsoever, okay? But the Blues do have the capability of beating the Predators. Nashville is on a 3-game losing streak. And I know what they're going to do. They're going to snap that tonight. And while I get it, okay, I get where they're coming from. At the end of the day, the Blues need this win more. They do. We all know that the Blues are not going to catch up to Nashville. The Wild are not going to catch up to Nashville. So they have their spot in the playoffs. So don't be greedy. If anything, the Predators should just not play well. I know that's not happening. I'm just annoyed. So obviously, the loss against the Sharks is going to continue to hurt, right? But Nashville, this is just big. It's also a start to the 3-game road trip that they have ahead of them. And then they go to San Jose and then Anaheim. So on the road for some crucial games, okay? Well, I understand, and this isn't a abuse thing that's also going to hurt. So when the Predators came to St. Louis the last time they played, they started one of their best stretches of hockey. Okay, so this is on my birthday, so it kind of is making me a little annoyed, but on February 15th, yes, my birthday, they had a big win over the Blues, and then they went 16-0-2, right? 18 straight that they earned points in. It's unbelievable. I just feel like these past couple games, the Predators just haven't been as good as they were, but they were good for such a long stretch. And I'm not denying that they're not a good team. They are a very good hockey team. I just think that the Blues, they should want it more. They should play like they want it more because at the end of the day, they not only should want it more, but they need it more. And again, I understand Nashville, good team. They could win. I would not be surprised. But for the sake of me being a Blues fan, I'm going to be a little bit optimistic and hope that they win. I just don't necessarily know if that's going to be the outcome for tonight's game. And that's what makes me a little bit on edge about everything that we have going on here. But again, this is life of a Blues fan 101. You really never know what you're going to expect out of this team. And is that okay? Sure. Is it frustrating? Absolutely. It sucks. All right. I'm going to talk to you about my friends over at eBay Motors. Passion, drive, and patience. The formula of winning championships is also what keeps your ride or die alive. eBay Motors has everything you need to maintain your vehicle and level it up to peak performance. Superchargers, roof racks, exhaust kits, LED headlights, and more. Whether you're into speed, power, or style, eBay Motors has you covered. With over 122 million parts for your number one ride or die, you'll always find exactly what you're looking for. And with eBay Guaranteed Fit, your part is guaranteed to fit your ride every time or your money back. Because with eBay Motors, you're burning rubber, not cash. With all the parts you need at the prices you want, it's easy to make your car the MVP and bring home huge wins. Keep your ride or die alive at ebaymotors.com. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply. eBay Guaranteed Fit only available to U.S. customers. I actually had to do that for myself. A little inside my life. I was driving the other day and a delivery truck hit my mirror off of my car. So I went to eBay Motors. So I practice what I preach on this podcast. So somebody says that the Blues would be better with our boy Petrangelo. And listen, I know the Blues don't have the talent that they used to have, and I understand that, and I get that. Trust me, it bothers me every single day. But right now, they have what they have, and that's all we can do. 2 points are done. Okay. Maybe I'm being a little dramatic here, but I feel like if they don't win tonight, LA has the easier schedule, and I don't see the Blues coming back. I don't. If the Kings lost last night, I would have a little bit more hope, right? But they won. And at one point, actually, they were winning 5-0 after 40 minutes of the game before the Kraken came back and put up 2 goals to at least show some dignity. It was pathetic. I even tweeted a Locked On Kraken during the game and said, "What are you doing? This sucks." No, the Blues, they will be done. I have been so hopeful with, oh, maybe they can, make it to the playoffs if they do this, that, and that. I don't think so anymore. I really don't. I think that if the Blues don't win tonight, they will be done. They have a 2.4% chance. And again, Minnesota with that 3.3% chance, which is so frustrating. But the St. Louis Blues have a game tonight that is win or be done. Win and no more playoffs. Like, that's what's at stake here. And it's so frustrating that the Blues are in this situation that they have. And I think at the end of the day, this is week 26 out of week 28 of the NHL season. And sure, if you search up videos of Blues playoff chances, all of my videos come up. And you know what? I don't care. Good. Have them come up because I am so frustrated with this team. Well, we have a good percentage for one thing not making it to the playoffs. We have a 96% chance of that. So I guess we won in one thing with percentage-wise. But it sucks, and it's such a defeating feeling being a fan right now of this team. You take a look around the NHL and you think to yourself, is there still a chance? Or is this 2.2% thing that I've been looking at just delusion at this point? I think it's delusion. There's another website that has the Blues at a 4% chance. Either way, this team, between you and I, it's not good. After that loss to the Golden Knights, and I hate to bring that back up, but I'm going to have to. After that loss to the Knights, their chances just went down the drain. And that was a must-win game. They've had a lot of must-win games, and they can't win them. That loss against San Jose was a huge loss for the Blues. I really don't know how they're still even in it. I guess if they win out, which I don't know at this point. I mean, wasn't the one statistic that said they needed to go 8-2? I mean, technically, they have one loss. So, it sucks. And I just don't see the Kings going on this huge losing streak. I don't. And, another thing that I was thinking about this too, and I'll talk about this coming up in a second, is looking ahead, realistically, let's ground ourselves here. What if the Blues get these 2 points tonight? And let's take a look ahead. But before I do that, I just want to tell you really fast about my friends over at Robinhood. So, did you know that even if you have a 401k for retirement, you can still have an IRA? Robinhood is the only IRA that gives you a 3% boost on every dollar you contribute when you subscribe to Robinhood Gold. But get this, now through April 30th, Robinhood is even boosting every single dollar you transfer from other retirement accounts with a 3% match. That's right, no cap on the 3% match. Robinhood Gold gets you the most for your retirement thanks to the IRA with a 3% match. This offer is good through April 30th. Get started at Robinhood.com/boost. Subscription fees apply. And now for some legal info. Claim as Q1 2024, validated by Radius Global Market Research. Investing involves risk, including loss. Limitations apply for IRAs and 401ks. 3% match requires Robinhood Gold for 1 year from the date of the first 3% match. Must keep Robinhood IRA for 5 years. The 3% matching on transfers is subject to specific terms and conditions. Robinhood IRA is available to U.S. customers in good standing. Robinhood LLC member SIPC is a registered broker-dealer. So let's talk about this whole, standings and other stuff that I'm going to be a little bit optimistic about, but do I actually feel that way? And no, but we need to talk about it. So in the East, just to give you a little bit of an update, nobody is eliminated yet besides the Columbus Blue Jackets. So that's how the East is looking. Now the West is a different story. We have a lot of eliminations in the West. Ironically, it's so funny, even when you look at the race of the wild card. So the Kraken are now eliminated. The Flames are not eliminated. And then you have the Yotes, the Ducks, the Blackhawks, and the Sharks all eliminated. So what does that mean? It means that the 84 points St. Louis Blues, LGB, let's go Blues, baby, are not eliminated yet. The Kings sit at 89 points, Blues 84, Wild at 81. You have the Nashville Predators sitting at 90 points who now enter the first wild card spot. Why is that? Because the Winnipeg Jets took over that third Metro spot. They've had the third Metro spot. What did I think it was? Did they? No, they did. So the Blues are 6 points behind the Predators, which makes things a little bit interesting because, hear me out, here I go. What if the Blues have to just beat Nashville? So let's just say they get the 2 points tonight, okay? We're going to think hypothetically, you and I. So then the Blues will have 86 points if they win tonight, okay? No overtime win, regulation win. I'm so sick of the overtime wins. So they will have 86 points. That means that they would be 4 points behind Nashville. And let's go say the Kings lose tonight, 3 points behind the Kings. Okay. So let's go look at the Predators because somebody tweeted at me on Locked On Blues and said, hey, Hale, what if the Predators are the team that the Blues are going to chase? And I was like, you got me thinking. So a big game tonight then on that case. Then the Preds have the Islanders and Devils. Now, while I understand that they may not be the best teams in the Metro, there's still 2 teams that put up a good fight for us. So always a possibility. Then they take on the Jets. So again, Jets need to take care of some business again. Then they play the Blackhawks. But again, the Blackhawks are one of those teams that can actually play some good hockey. And then they had the Blue Jackets and then the Penguins. So while they have an easier schedule too, it is still possible for some other teams to get some W's in that. Oh man, the Blues make me want to throw up when I think about them. Because we have the Predators, the Sharks, the Ducks, the Blackhawks, the Canes, Kraken, and Stars, if I reckon. So when you do the math, technically speaking, we have the easiest schedule. On paper, at least. So Cody says, the Blues aren't chasing LA. They are chasing Nashville. Look at the schedule. Nashville is facing tougher teams to end this season, and they're on a 3-game losing streak. Cody, thanks for joining. I did talk about how Nashville was on a 3-game losing streak throughout this episode, which is honestly a very good thing for us. The Bruins did beat the Predators 3-0 when they played them the other day. So huge, huge, huge for the Blues. A lot of hockey tonight. We need to hope just in case the Kings lose, because at the end of the day, I am so sick of saying, oh, well, we need to chase this team and that team. How about we just focus on getting as many points as we can and seeing what happens from there and just hope that the teams ahead of us lose? How about that mindset? Because that to me seems like a mindset that would actually do the Blues more justice than this whole, oh, well, we have to chase this team and that team. How about we just focus on winning? And I'm saying we, not as in I'm on the team because I'm not on the team, as they're on the team and have played some pretty pathetic hockey in the past couple weeks. But they're also playing good hockey too. So they frustrate me. but I love them. And hopefully tomorrow will be a feel good or refeeling blue Friday. All right, bye guys, and let's go Blues.